What is going on, everybody? Let's lock in. Week 14, every game on the board, EV betting. We're going to find our best bets of the week, and we're going to find as much EV as possible. So you guys know the drill at this point. Give me a second here to get the promos out, and we're going to tap in. Of course, love to answer all your questions and comments. Want to win some money together based on everything that you guys can bet on. And we have a bunch of boosts to use, a good amount of boosts, nothing crazy today. Seeing a TD boost on DK, which is fun. Caesars has their TD boost also. FanDuel parlay boost. I think I have 2 parlay boosts on DK, but not sure. But we'll utilize all of those. We'll go through every single game. We'll find first touchdowns, EV bets, everything and anything we could find. So let's get right into it now. Using Pick the Odds as always. If you guys are watching on YouTube, if you want to try Pick the Odds for free, you can. There is a link in the description. If you're on X, you can click the link under the tweet that is posted right now. So there we go. Let's lock in and let's have ourselves a day. We had a pretty uneventful Thursday, going 1 for 2 on the straight bets, no hits from the boosts. All in the game. Sunday is where we're gonna turn the hell up. So let's start right with the EV screen. So there's a bunch of stuff that I did bet already this week. Just was looking this morning, mostly a little bit Friday, mostly this morning. So we'll see where there still is EV based on what I played. But I saw a lot of touchdown stuff with plus EV, and definitely not complaining about that. But always nice to note, and especially just some boosts here as well. So let's see what we could find. Let's do it. So go to my custom filter here, NFL TDs, which has everything NFL prop related, but I named it TDs and can't change the name. All right, so this is Emmanuel Wilson. I played this at MGM plus 450, looking at the rest of the market. Now, we're not going to be able to like devig from just Circa here. They don't have anything. Novig also doesn't either. But we got Kalshi at 373, FanDuel 270. Then we got Sport Trade New Jersey. They're hiding back here at 279. Not a ton of liquidity, but I actually like this a lot. The Bears defense, we know, not great. Josh Jacobs, of course, RB1, but Emmanuel Wilson has played really well down the stretch. And just based on the market here, 14.4% EV seems a little bit high, honestly, but I think that that's definitely good to go. So I bet this Emmanuel Wilson straight. Let me pause here. This Lockett just popped up. Have not seen this Lockett at all today. 950, 8-1. This could be worth it because Lockett does get a ton of targets now. Obviously, Broncos defense good, but we've seen them be beatable. But Geno Smith, betting on him to do anything good in the Big 25 is not ideal. Williams, I don't know who this is, Isaiah Williams, but this is like very off market. Now we're talking about 7-1s and like a 14-1 here. Is DVIG from Novik and Sport Trade, but and even Profit X there at 495 is very low compared to this. So I don't anticipate this to like really move, knowing how MGM kind of operates after seeing it for 14 weeks straight now. So right here, I'm not really interested in this. Seeing Devon Achane over 18.5 rush attempts minus 101 on DK. Let's pull that up here. I actually did bet a touchdown in that game and not Achane. I got a great price on Ali Gordon to score a touchdown in this one. But let's look at rush attempts here for Achane and look at the market. Rush attempts 18.5 seems like it's around what his range has been as of late because he's been absolutely dominating. And I mean, I'm seeing 133 a penny, so DVIG to penny, it's good. But if you add in FanDuel, which I like to add in, and also Profit X, Novig, no odds here. I actually don't necessarily love it from an EV standpoint, not flashing on my screen for an EV. I mean, either way, first of all, ESPN has the best price. Waiting for that rebrand to the score. I'm not saying it can't hit, but from like a straight market perspective, that's not something that I'm in love with. I mean, minus 101 to minus 110 average also, if you just want to go with the average of the books. Really not like a ton of EV there regardless on that HN. Let's go back to the EV screen. Got some first tutties that I'm interested in taking as well. And just from a game line perspective, I love calling it out. The only plays I have is I bet I got a terrible number on the Commanders Vikings under, because I honestly just bad market timing on my part, just bad betting, honestly. But I rebet it. So I have under 42.5, and under 44.5 in Commanders Vikings, even with JD5 coming back. And I have Falcons Seahawks under 44.5. That number has not moved at all. And I was pretty off on Thursday night on my sides. Honestly, I had the under and Dallas, both big time losers. So could just be a bad week from that. But that's why we are EV betting some props and trying to make up for that easily. Ty Johnson 7-1. This is interesting. I'm gonna keep this here 9.2%. Brashard Smith, we got Pacheco back, and Smith is really just not utilized like way too much. So not interested there. If you have 365. I would absolutely bet this and not think twice. Let me just pull up the books one more time quickly here. But Devin Neal is off targeted now. I know Kamara's back. Olave is playing, dealing with that injury to his back, but he is playing. We had Neal under 3.5 last week. Ended up being a sweat in garbage time. He ended up at 3. And that was even money, both not even money. That was minus 110, like standard juice both ways. So I definitely like Neal at 4 catches at plus money like that. Let's see, why are we wait a quick little refresher. But Sugar check downing, definitely hitting some check downs late in that game. This website is slow today. It's not even on me. I just clicked the refresh. Give PTO a second here to get it going. But yeah, from game lines, only thing I'm sweating are 2 unders today, which is never fun. All right, look at a little error here. I'm sure this will be back. Let's go to FTN quickly because there are some. Oh, all right, we're back just like that. I might need to go to FTN. All right, even FTN I'm seeing on my other screen was going a bit slow. So maybe there is a little bit of computer internet downage. Not my Wi-Fi though. This is just like some website stuff. All right, we're good. We're back. This Neal, go back to this here. Plus 160, plus 120, 130, 114. I would definitely bet this Neal at 365 if you have 365. And this Egbuka, 4.5, 120. I know he hasn't been so great, but from straight market, this is also really good. So if you have Hard Rock, this is Illinois here. I think they also have it for the same odds with New Jersey as well, and Florida. So if you have 365 and Hard Rock, both of these are definitely plays. Brandon Cooks 10-1. I bet this. You know, not amazing EV, 6.7% for a touchdown. I mean, FanDuel's right there. Kalshi right there as well. But I mean, let's even just look at Buffalo from last week. Cook's obviously the new man in town. And again, we know Buffalo spreads the love. We know Buffalo is a run first, want to run the football type team, but 10-1 for the new kid. We're just going to look at last week because that's the only week that he's there and look at some of his routes run and things like that. But we know what's his name? Keon Coleman's in the doghouse. Routes run on the game. So we have Knox, Gabe Davis, Shakir. Brandon Cooks 8, but that was his first game, right? With Buffalo, 1 target, 1 catch, 13 yards. We know how bad the Bengals defense is, especially in that secondary. And in a game that I think could definitely have some shootout potential. So does the market. I mean, we got Burrow Allen. I think if we saw this game coming earlier in the season, we would have hoped this would have been like 2 8-4 teams going at it and not one 4-8 team. But at 10-1 for the kid, for the vet on the new squad. I mean, sure, straight market here. So I bet this Cooks very low wager there, like 0.1 units here. Let's keep ripping here. Some stuff on Rivers, Lamar, Brissett. Let's see what else we got. So some of the stuff I bet has unfortunately moved. This Jacoby staring at me. I kind of don't like it. I actually got a good price on the Jacoby touchdown earlier, and I bet that. I bet Jacoby touchdown at 225. But under 4.5 receptions. I mean, we know that Sauce Gardner's out. The weather is a big thing here. So if we look at the weather stuff right here on PTO, which is amazing that they have this, heavy rain, if you see. I also saw some lightning earlier. It was in like a group chat. I wasn't like staring at the weather, finding it out. So this could be a game that like they were kind of saying if the lightning hits, it might even be delayed a bit. So this is the current weather game of the week. I think there are a couple of other potential weather ones, but this one is definitely on the radar. Not going to quickly bet this because, like, yes, it could be the weather, rain. You just bet the under and, like, kind of bank on that. But with that being said, like, if they do delay the game and start like 2 hours later, when things, if and when they are clear, I don't want to be sitting on a Myers under 4.5, to be honest with you guys. So, touchdown at 225, different story. That's plus money. But laying a price there, no, thank you. Um, already down to the 3%. So a lot of things have moved. So some other stuff that I've bet that have moved that I'll just call out now just for the sake of transparency here. So I bet that Brandon Cooks, I bet a 3-leg lay, bet the most straight of Hunt, Myers, Rodriguez, all touchdowns, that Emmanuel Wilson touchdown. And yeah, from TDs, that's all I bet this morning. So let's look at some stuff manually because we have the Caesars touchdown boost. We have the DraftKings. We have a 3-leg, a 4-leg, or a 5-leg, depending on how many legs is the boost you get. We'll probably keep that 2, 3, but maybe 4. We'll see what we find. And we have a FanDuel profit boost, so we have some good stuff, and we have some stuff for tonight also. But very quick look through the EV. So I want to look at this Commanders Vikings game because I like the under because obviously that still could be points scored. Looks like the market has just kept going back and forth. I know at first it was commies favorited because they were maybe expecting Daniels, but maybe it was like a tweener line. And then flipped Vikings favored, and then JD5 ruled in. And as we saw, the line now is Washington laying 1.5, or kind of really just a PK. Washington -1 at Circa. Penny and Bookmaker. This Caesars is in line with the market at Washington -1 from a money line price. Let's go back to that. As a Commander fan, I'm actually not betting Washington today. I don't think that I love it. I know JJ McCarthy is abysmal, and the Vikings are obviously having a terrible season, but so is Washington. And I see the argument where it's like JD5 healthy, Terry healthy, backfield finally getting some things going, got Ertz healthy, Debo healthy, where it's like you finally have the glimpse of the Commanders' offense of what they expected it to be. But against Brian Flores, I don't know. Anytime Tutty, see what Rodriguez's price is at now all over the map here because he is their RB1 at this point. And this is 185. I got this at 2-1, but I still think this is worth betting, even straight. Like I said, I did a lay of Rodriguez, Myers, and Hunt all at MGM. That was plus 2386. I would still run that back, even with probably some adjusted odds there. But this 185 is still good. About 159 Kalshi, 150 Penny, 175 Novig, and 164 Profit X. So I definitely like this Rodriguez anytime. Well, let's look at his first, because if he's this was 10-1 this morning. I almost pulled trigger, but I waited and I was wrong. Yep, 8-10 this morning. It just moved right when I hopped on. But that definitely fits the mold of first tights we bet. We hit on him last Sunday, a RB1 at 10-1, but Jaden out with his legs. But I am curious to see what it is going to be like with his legs today after that injury, because he looked slow like all year. Terry 11-1. Honestly interesting. Circa at 10-1, so not like a huge gap there, but I do like, as you guys know, if you guys are frequent here, but every time I see a wide receiver one at over 10-1 and it's better priced than Circa, I'm always interested. But then that intrigues me to Jettas, and this was 950 this morning. Yeah, there was. I didn't end up playing it because I was waiting for stream for us to be on the same page and sweating our first tutties together, same price. But yeah, this one moved. I know how bad McCarthy is. It's just like I know how bad Justin Jefferson has been, but it's not because Justin Jefferson has lost any sauce. I saw some tweets. It was like, yo, like Cheddars, it was fully clickbait, but it was like Justin Jefferson's downfall needs to be studied. It's like, bro, if you watch football for 1 second, you know what happened. Like, you know that he has literally the worst quarterback since Jamarcus Russell and freaking Max Brosmer in that one game against the best defense in football, or a top 3 defense in football throwing the ball. Like, Justin Jefferson is not broken. Yeah, bro, we saw this. We were looking at it. I was like, I don't even know who this is, but I guess at 14-1, like, what's the harm? We saw that value as well. Did you end up playing it, Foss? Because if you're in, I'm in at this point. 14-1, we're seeing it right here. Because I it's just like, I know MGM is ridiculously off market a lot of times on like some of these players that like really don't play or aren't expected to score or do anything good whatsoever here. But if you're on Isaiah Williams at this point, I mean, like, what's like 0.1 unit going to do at this point? The upside's obviously there. Yeah, 414. So like with the MGM limits, I'll see what I can get down on it right now. I'm gonna see if I put $10 on it, if it lets me even do that. I'm gonna say no, but I feel like MGM's limits, especially for me lately, because I've been trying to like remask my account by just throwing a bunch of like parlays in, and they'll accept more money on the lays than I thought. But then if the legs of the straight bet, I bet straight the legs of the lay, I bet straight already. That will limit the lay. Um, but I'm gonna bet this. Let's just pull it up here so you guys can see. You guys know PTO, one click and boom, bet slip. I'm on my other computer just because I always have location problems. And also I don't know if I'm allowed to like bet on stream if I'll get banned on places. I genuinely don't know those rules. But what the hell here? I'm betting this. Isaiah Williams. Even for whatever MGM will allow me. Yeah, 414. 414. That's the same price that I'm allowed to bet. My max is 414 in Isaiah Williams. I try to put fives just to see what it said. 414. So you got the same freaking limits there. But I'll bet it anyway. I saw your question, Fossil. Answer in 1 second here. Just putting it in the tracker. I don't have a plan yet, and I need to start thinking about a plan. And I didn't pull it up here, but MGM didn't go to the slip this time. Sometimes it doesn't happen. It is 14-1. I just bet it right there. Isaiah Williams. This is a great question because I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a tax expert. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that in a situation like this, I wouldn't ask for help from smarter people. So honestly, what I'm doing is just going to wait for I'm in a couple group chats of like sharper people. I haven't like really brought it up yet. It hasn't been like a massive like conversation with them because another thing that I have to deal with too, Novig and Profit are going to be illegal in New York as well. The anti-sweeps goes live in January. Now Profit already has filed for CFTC I guess compliance for whatever the word would be there to like be registered there. So like you can be prediction market, you can bet them anywhere. So like we'll see how that works out with Profit. Hopefully it works out perfectly. Wish them the best there. I don't think Novig has taken those steps just yet, and they're going to be gone in New York. They already sent out emails. I don't think I can even bet there right now. I can't even purchase if I wanted to. Yes, this is a twofold issue. One is because New York is asking for like billions is not the right word because it's not, but millions and millions of dollars just to get started in New York. And then now with sweepstakes, I mean, I understand why sweepstakes are getting banned in certain places because it's clearly circumventing laws. But what isn't these days in the Miss Resorts world? I mean, yeah. But back to your main question, Foss. I don't have a plan yet. I'm going to honestly, my plan is to consult people smarter than me. Let them tell me what they're doing, and then we'll do that. And hopefully, I mean, not even hopefully, I'll have an idea soon. And then whenever I'm on stream, we can talk about that. Honestly, maybe make a YouTube video about it for everybody because it is like something that I think a lot of EV bettors is top of mind, but for more recreational bettors, probably aren't even like thinking about it or forgot that that even was like put into fruition. But you're absolutely right. There needs to be a plan there. And also at the same time, too, Foss, if you get any info on it and you have a plan, you could let me know, please. Because I'm curious, but I'm definitely going to figure it out. Unpause, repause. So this locket, like, it's showing good value here, like really good. I mean, it's technically better than the Williams to compare to my EV calcs. But I don't know that I want to bet on. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I'm saying that. Like, it's definitely worth betting on, right? Like, I'm gonna bet it. I don't know why I'm trying to act like, oh yeah, like what's the difference? I'm getting $4 down on MGM anyway, max. Like, I'm keeping just like some of my account. Honestly, like a lot mostly for the content because I want to be in on it with you guys. Some bets I can get a little bit more on, but like not really. But I mean, if you guys want to go crazy here, you can pull the double whammy right now with the Williams just dropped, so we got in at a good price there. Still, that could be fun if you're interested in that. I'm going to stick to because now the EV is lower there. So like while it already was going to be kind of a donation, it's going to be even more than one now. But I'm going to bet this locket straight. That is a 405 game, always fun. Pretty decent board, I feel like from a fun perspective here. Not the best though. Can't ask for them all, but where is What am I looking for? Lockett, 950. All right. I'm in. A lot of touchdowns today. I've seen a lot of things flash, and as long as I'm betting these crazy odd touchdowns, I'm all for it. I don't know what direction to go. Limits seem to cap the ROI, and you need a high enough one to at least break even. Yeah, yeah, that's like a thing I think a lot of people are also concerned with too. Is like you need to have a really high ROI, and if you can't even bet enough, is it even worth it? I guess the counter argument is if like you're betting not enough and like you're still profitable, that you might not even be like kind of like under the radar or under the microscope for the laws, but then like you're opening yourself up for two things: one, to like not report your taxes properly, and two, like why are you going to waste all this time to not really like bet? So that's a big thing. And yeah, same comment maybe. Yeah, no, I'm entirely with you. It's a question that like if you don't know the answer is to ask somebody smarter than you, and there's never anything wrong with that. That's probably true with most things in life. Is Ty Johnson still sitting here? I'm debating, but probably will pull trigger. This Brashard Smith, I know it's kind of crazy value, but I actually don't like it. All knowledge wise, I know Pacheco's back hasn't been good. Brashard Smith is like the things that need to go right for him to score, and kind of similar to Ty, but like Ty at least has a higher target share or a higher like time on the field ceiling, whereas Brashard Smith now with Pacheco and they know they love to run Hunt. Uh, I don't like that at all. Just took that Ty Johnson. I mean, I'm probably gonna end up taking it at this point. 7-1. Nothing to FanDuel really, 650, but I totally get it. I mean, it's probably absolutely worth it. Ty Johnson, if you hit on him once this year, we're definitely positive ROI on Ty Johnson. Brenton Strange under the weather. I mean, he's been getting targeted often. 130. I mean, 123 bookmaker, 117 penny. I actually don't love this. It's only 4%, which makes sense. But bookmaker is right there. But it has been dropping though. Has been dropping, and but see penny. What's the way it's gone here? Also has been dropping. Yeah, yeah, I don't blame you. That's I mean, I think you might have been a little bit late, but I bet that Brandon Cooks 10-1 at DK. There was some EV there for a touchdown. Yeah, I'm betting Ty Johnson. I might as well. I'm betting it quick. We could parlay Johnson, Isaiah Williams, and Lockett if you're interested in getting crazy. But Ty Johnson, I feel like he's shown EV at least in the last like 4 or 5 weeks. Everyone in this game wants to bet Josh. Absolutely. And everyone wants to bet is waiting for the Kincaid news so they can bet on the terrible Bills defense. I mean, Josh and James on MGM at least. I know we'll look at PTO in a second to look at the whole market, but they're both 10-1. I mean, minus 200. They're 10-1. I would have hammered that shit. They're both minus 200. So this Johnson is available. I'm staring at it as we speak. I'm getting in on it right now. All right, might as well bet it. Talking small dollars at MGM. And again, with these new tax things, like who knows where our world is going to go. Snowing here in Buffalo, but not windy. Hey, snow games are epic. Wind is what's going to disrupt totals. And if you said the over is getting steamed, that means it probably is because people were thinking, wind and snow would come together. But now that the reports are saying that it's just snowing too bad for NFL totals. It's really the wind and Allen over 1.5 passing tutties. Wow, that's got to be a good price. I think I have to have passing TDs in this filter. I feel like I rarely see them. I don't know if that's a filter thing or just like a market thing. Let's just quickly see if there's any things I'm missing. Passing yards. Yeah, I have passing TDs, so probably can tighten up some of these calcs realistically. But we're at week 14. They've been killing it for us. So honestly, I'm probably gonna, if it ain't broke, don't fix it right now. On the middle betting spreads and totals, I've had consistent success getting bets down, solid ROI. Yeah, no, bro, go off topic all you want. I love it. But no, I mean, listen, middles are fun because like if you're losing, you're only dropping the juice. If you're middling properly, which it seems like you are, you're only dropping the juice that you would have lost on a straight bet anyway. Then you're giving yourself an opportunity to cash on both sides. So glad that you're getting bets down. Glad the ROI is showing because you're setting yourself up to hit a bet or hit 2 bets or drop some juice. So absolutely nothing wrong with that here. But let's go some manual here. I want to look at that Josh and see where it moved to. Because anytime is minus 200 on MGM doesn't mean that's where the market is. Am I blind? Clearly I am. Yes, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Passing TDs, Josh Allen. Oh wow, what a snipe at 110. This was like you said there, 110 wasn't available or hasn't been available since 3:13 p.m. yesterday. It was there, then 2:06 a.m. So that was a snipe if you got in before 8:55 this morning, which is awesome. Great luck, great find. But it's anytime is going to be the hilarious thing because it's 200 MGM, 135 at circa. See, this is why it's like annoying. And like if you guys are in a state where sweepstakes aren't going anywhere, I would 100%. I don't love betting minus odds touchdowns ever, but based on circa and penny at Novig 130. Now this is going to be a bit of like a ball knowledge play. I mean, we all know Josh Allen is quite literally the leader in NFL history for quarterback rushing touchdowns, which doesn't mean he's going to score one today, but I do think he's going to score one today with this matchup as well. And yes, it's minus 130, but like for Josh, that's actually like not the worst odds ever. So I'm not betting this in any of the books. It's not even worth betting on Novig for me at this point. Like I could just like deposit the whole account, or I should say throw the whole account on a lay today, hope it hits, and then cash all of that out. But it's not worth it. It's not like I have like substantial funds in there, like probably $100 or so now, but I have some stuff pending that I'm waiting to get paid out on. If the bets win, I have the under 44.5 in the Commies game and the under 44.5 in the Seahawks Falcons game. So let's see, like what are they giving Jamar these days? Like, is he getting back to normal Jamar pricing? Yeah, more or less. So T at 180. I mean, we're not seeing really good, anything great from the market perspective, but like a ball knowledge perspective, I don't hate that. And what's Chase Brown? He's probably going to be chalk to the max, which would make sense, but in case he's not. Oh, he's not at all. I kind of like this a lot. I know that the Bills have had their issues all over the place, but like the issues are with like playmakers, I would say, more than anything. Chase Brown is absolutely a playmaker. DraftKings has that parlay boost. I'm adding Chase Brown. We have 3 legs minimum, but I'm absolutely adding Chase Brown at that price. Honestly, same price as Circa with the boost, it'll become more EV. Could definitely replace it. Could be gone by the time we end the blocking in. But Chase Brown at 130. Total like Foss called out earlier, steaming up. Got Joey B back. Hopefully can open up some running game for Brown. Bills defensive line banged up. Brown also in the passing game. Big time. Oh, we're sitting at 54.5. And the starting running back for one team is plus 130. Brown added. Done. We'll see if it moves. Even if it does move, this might be a bit of a ball knowledge lay. I'm keeping Chase Brown in that. I like that a lot, actually. See well we can capitalize. We already have some momentum here. What other games have high totals that we can lock in on? Let me do something here quickly on the other screen. See what else, because this has to be a touchdown lay on DK, which is fine. Not ideal, but I mean fun for the sweat. Don't get me wrong here. Have another screen open just to like look at the market more. There's a lot of EV this morning around like 10ish. That's why I'm not betting it straight. Just with when we end up boosting the 30%, the leg will be then have some value at that point. So like I definitely am with you. And like I said here, this is a bit of a ball knowledge ad, right? Like sometimes like I am going to be putting the nuts on the table for again a $5 max bet on the 3-leg touchdown parlay. I'm not like I always want to capture the value, but I'm not losing sleep over that. And yeah, that would be ideal. But I do like that Chase Brown from my again, market is like it's not like a smash market by any means. It is good enough for the ball knowledge with the boost to then have some value after the fact, where I'm not like, I don't think compounding too much negative ROI there by any means, especially again for the $5. Hence the same things we're putting 414 on a Isaiah Williams. Like, yeah, there's some EV there, and it's probably a better bet. The starting running back in a game that's a 54.5 total, that also is a threat in the passing game at plus 130. I'm interested. And I'm in. Not a lot of high totals. I mean, this game I know is a low total even with Lamar back. Colts, Jags, weather we got to take a look at and probably hold off a bit now. I have that Myers, but that was just a good price, and we'll see if that moves. Titans, Browns, missed me with that bullshit. Saints, Bucks, lower total too. Now, this is a game where I know a lot of Survivor folk are definitely on the Buccaneers if they are going more chalk. If you're probably in Circa, there's probably a lot more game theory there. But I know like smaller pool people are definitely, or less EV pool people, I should say, where the money might be big, but the brains of the field are probably slower, are on the Bucks. But no Tristan Wirfs, as we know. Bucks defense, not like this amazing defense by any means. Like, we know this. We're well aware of this. I was looking at Olave. Oh God, done. First tutty of the game. So I'm going to take Brown on my slip first. I'm betting this Olave. I know he had the back spasms, missed practice, but circa 8-1. This is just my typical betting on first touchdowns. A wide receiver 1 who is peppered with targets. I know Jamel Dean is back. There are some secondary reinforcements back for the Bucks, but this is a pure pricing. 630 at Profit, 1076 at Novig, 10-1 FanDuel, 8-1 Circa, 13-1 at DraftKings. Yes. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Christopher Olave, 13-1. Locked in. Going to add Brown back to my slip. Add this to the tracker. Add Brown back to my slip. And continue to build off that. But I mean, I'll check his anytime odds. I don't mind ever doubling down. We'll see if there is. I mean, 220 to Circa is pretty good. But I think I'd rather just bet the first HUD. But not necessarily, maybe. Fanatics actually that best price at 240 I'm seeing. But Olave first, that's a no-brainer from like how I like to bet my first tutties, devigging from Circa Penny, Kalshi, Novig, Profit X. Again, I know we have that back spasm, but he's playing, and I know the secondary for the Bucks is getting healthy. We can definitely see, Bucky Irving start off the game right. But I'm interested there. Now, this is a bet that I want to bet so badly, but there's no value in the market, so I'm probably going to hold off. But like, not JJ McCarthy. Did not mean to click him, but I actually am curious. Just looking at market now. But Justin Jefferson. We were talking about him. Just like, yeah. The fact that Circa's at 180, I just can't pull the trigger there. Though I do think he is absolutely live to score. Commies stink against the best players in football. We see it time and time again. If you're an absolute dog, or you're the team's like clear number one option, but you're not just like their number one option, you're just like a stud. And Justin Jefferson, make no mistake about it, is a stud, but like that price is just not good. However, Addison, a little deep down the field action, but again, we got McCarthy throwing the football. But I will check the price. Where is Addison? Definitely missed them. Little check here. Nah, I mean, again, Circa just not giving me a good price. And we'll have to check Jordan Mason. Circa not even pricing. Brown just went to 120. Chase Brown in the slip. I mean, we didn't find anything anyway, so I'm not mad about it because we are looking for touchdowns as we speak. But Chase Brown did go to 120 at DK. Let's see if they copied Circa or they just took some money there. And I'm still betting it. Like, actually, so Circa's still best price. I'm still keeping that in. I'm not going to lie. I just think that that's like wrong. And market over my thoughts always, boys. But like, $5 touchdown parlay. You got to stand on business a little bit there. Dolphins Jets. So I did bet an Ollie Gordon, but it was at like 525. Not something I think I would add to like a lay that I think is like really like likely. But oh god, wow, I got some great value. This is MGM. Yeah, I got actually it was 550. I bet it on Friday, like I mentioned. So checks out. But now that is chalked. But then what's our best boy Devon Achan at? We love ourselves some Achan. I mean, when it comes to these touchdown parlays or boosts in general, I was actually watching a great video from Unabated. Now, these are things that I definitely knew, but it's always nice to remind. Like when you have a boost like this, you are best off betting chalk for like for a two. It's a 3-leg boost. You are best off betting chalk for 2 legs and then a plus money longer shot because you're essentially with the EV like hopefully like free rolling that third less likely to hit leg. Now Brown at 120, I don't consider him. I actually consider him chalk, even though he's not Achan chalk, Jonathan Taylor chalk, etc. Well, Jonathan Taylor chalk's bigger, but some game theory there for utilizing your boost for any market. Like if you have any time, like just a general boost, like say it's game lines only, you could bet 2 chalky favorites, and then the third one should be a plus EV. Plus money, longer shot, and took the circa phase for that TD boost. Absolutely. Speaking of, I'm going to filter that because I'm keeping Brown. Like if I'm stubborn and Brown doesn't score, I'll take the L. You guys can blame me, but I am absolutely keeping Brown in that. But let's see if we could do this. Just look at all the games because I'm actually going to do exactly what you said there, Faust. Look at these circa favorites for touchdowns and add. I think I'm going to go 2 more of them. We're going to do a 4-leg because we have Brown. I'm going to take 2 from circa and be a smart better, and then I'm going to we'll find something with EV. I'm confident. Speaking of, I kind of like this AD Mitchell at 260 here. Not like amazing, but I kind of do like that. And I'll check the EV screen in a second. But let's scroll through all the games quickly here at touchdowns. Just see, like I'm just looking at circa right now. Achan, Taylor, Bijan, Cook, Henry, 50% boosted. I think you could have replaced one of them for like one long shot with EV to get that like maximum value, if I'm not mistaken. Not to like critique the slip or anything like that, but just talking some game theory there. That might have been the move, but definitely understand that. I mean, our best boy Tyler Algier got us to the window last week, scoring over Mr. Bijan. But look, I'm just scrolling through everything. This is anytime touchdown. Hopefully you guys can see everything well. I'll read out anything that sticks out to me. I'll zoom in a little bit. Scrolling through circa. I mean, this game, I'm not betting a touchdown in Browns, whatever. I don't care. Nobody should be chalking that game to score a touchdown. Pollard, no. I mean, where's JT? What was JT at? I missed him. Did I not miss him? Oh, yeah, Pollard's not on the whatever anymore. There we go. Because I saw Colts Jaguars here. Where's JT? Just curious what it is because he could definitely be an ad. If it's not too crazy. I mean, 210, 205. So it's not a horrible bet. TBD. You're not wrong, but I've been tracking circa phase and they've been on market more times than not. Oh, absolutely. Don't get me wrong, brother. That's why we're always deviating from circa on touchdowns. It's why it's a massive add in it. That's why I'm saying I love this bet. Let's check the odds. Circa says no. Fuck. I'm off. But great tracking. That's absolutely the move. You have a hunch, you have a theory. Track that shit. That's how you'll confirm there. ETN 115. That's not chalky enough. Chase Brown. King. Oh, where'd he go? King 150. Lamar back. Steelers getting run all over. I'm adding King. I'm adding the King Henry. Though he hasn't been having the most King season, but I'm adding Justin. I almost said Justin. I'm adding Derrick Henry to that. It's 145 at DK as well. $5 could have bet more longer odds. That is the right EV play. Yeah, that's how I feel too. But again, like sometimes you just want to get a winner there, right? And you are taking bets that are good. You're not like seeing you're not pulling crap and throwing shit at the wall. Like you still are like using an EV process, like you said, that makes the boost makes these all EV. So like the question is, and this is what we always try to do, is is try to get EV legs before they even get boosted to like have a really beautiful slip. But because it's going to be EV regardless, like if it's still 10 cents off circa with the boost, it's going to be EV. So there is still a bit of game theory and a bit of ball knowledge. Now, a tiny bit of ball knowledge because the market is going to be like is going to prevail over that every time, but there is still is a bit of ball knowledge there. Or if you want there to be, like that's the part that you can definitely say, never mind, I don't want to have any of my own ball knowledge. I want to just go market. Like, yeah, that is never going to say no to that. But if you are going to, then there's no qualms for me there. The king, Jetta's no. All right. See, has Circa moved on Brown? He hasn't, but again, I'm sticking with that. So Brown and Henry so far. So Jamar, because it's 140 at DK, though, this is when, like, and I think you'd agree, Foster, because it's 140 to 115. Like that at that point, that's just like a no-go. Like Cook 215 to 210, like sure, you're boosting it, it's gonna be fine. But the Jamar, when it's already 140 to 115, no. All right, Seahawks, Falcons, Bijan. See, like, I'm just not sure the Falcons score points. I don't get that total. I do not understand that total whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie. That's for the first TD picks. I mean, honestly, I haven't done any like my first TDs like are strictly looking at circa the exchanges and then finding which of GK, MGM, Caesars are like really off of that. Genty, honestly interested in Genty a little bit. All right, so we have only 2 legs. I mean, I'm definitely being a little. So like Devontae Adams is absolutely even at that price. I'm adding Tay. Like at this point, like Tay is automatic. Is a circa favorite. 145, 155 at DK. So that's like probably the max of where I'd like buy back into because I'm gonna go 4 legs here. So now we have 3. I'm gonna find one that's just like off market, but I'm going Tay. Brother, but that's the point of first TDs. You're hitting a 40 to 1. Then that's going to clear up for most of the L's there. My first TDs that we've been hitting because we've been absolutely killing them. Like I do think that the process is working and I'm thinking about things properly, but I'd be lying to say there hasn't been a lot of luck involved in that. That would just be naive of me to think there hasn't been any luck involved in that. All right, so we're going to go back to like game by game. Let's go right back to the EV screen. But right now, Brown, Henry, and Adams. I'm trying to add a fourth. And we're going to look for a little bit more plus chicken there to make that lay more EV. We're going 4 legs there. But I'm keeping that. Hopefully a TD pops up right here, which is very possible. Markets are obviously moving. So let's see what we got. So Ty's still hanging out. Cole Kmet I haven't locked in, but I did lock in this locket. See, Isaiah Bond, this is EV, but like I'm not betting Isaiah Bond. Browns, Titans. Oh, it's probably like 12 to 1. I mean, Bond gets some love. So you're already at the 4%. So not a ton of things popping up. Tyler, Batty, Josh Allen. Oh, 365. If you have, this is definitely a bet. Even if though this market is going down a bit, this is still definitely a bet. 115 to 130, circa 130, penny 136, 156. A width of 7 at 3.7% EV. Go 365. Get after it. Load up that slip and bet that. Treylon Burks getting some love here. Bijan over receptions. This is interesting. I mean, probably bettable. I mean, pretty great width. Let's see here. Like 2.7%, like definitely bettable. But we're on the TDs. I want to finalize this lay here. So not seeing anything too EV that we want to just throw in there. Though Bond is probably the right call to throw in there from like a maximizing, but like I want to hit her. I want to hit her, and I want over 10 to 1 because I'm greedy. There's no other reason. We got two chalks and Henry and Adams and Chase Brown, which is kind of chalky. Where do I see? I mean, we were already looking at all the touchdown odds at a full glance there, but we could do some digging. I'm not betting that Jettas. What was Rodriguez though? I want to, because I wasn't paying full attention to. I was just looking for the lowest odds on. Let's see. We have a boost on Caesars also. It's another $5 touchdown boost. Caesars always a lot more stingy with their odds in general. I should say just on market is the real way to talk about it. Let's make McNichols get some love. Not enough from like a D-Vigny perspective. What's Terry? Because I had Terry anytime parlayed with Sutton anytime on Sunday. Obviously, it cashed in overtime, but they haven't been giving Terry a ton of respect in the sense where like he is their guy, and all the reports are that he's like the healthiest he's been all season. He looked fast. He scored a tutty. He beat Surtain to end that game. Now this 220 at MGM's interesting. I'm annoyed this is 205. How is Circa moved? I'm actually pretty interested, honestly, in Harvey at 110. I love me some RJ Harvey. I'm not gonna lie. Let's pull it up. For a straight bet, like if it's like really EV and off market, and then I'm absolutely would bet him 110. But like just for a straight touchdown perspective, I don't love. But I definitely passed him. Where's Harvey at? Like circa 120, 105 favorite points bet Canada, if that helps anybody. I'm not even seeing the 110, unfortunately. But Harvey's probably good. Just generally speaking, to this lay, honestly. Like I kind of want a bigger plus money, but like it doesn't have to be. Look, that's the 10 to 1. And again, I only want 10 to 1 because I'm a greedy fuck. There's no like real rhyme or reason. It's not like 10 to 1's the magic number. It's the magic number for engagement on Twitter and YouTube, honestly. Like people are more appealing. It's more appealing when it's 10 to 1 odds. Not that I'm sitting here trying to like engagement bait. We're clearly hitting some great bets and we're taking some great bets, and the reason why they're winning is because they're good bets in the first place. For the lay, I like it. I'm just curious. This is a quick curiosity check here because what has his like usage really been lately? I know it's been high, and I love some Harvey. Raiders run D actually not horrific, but the Broncos now. Let's just pull up the last couple of weeks here out of curiosity. And I didn't get it done in the passing game. I could definitely be convinced in some Harvey because that will get us 10 to 1. And it is circuit chalk. Which is yeah, I mean, he's the back, man. Goal line, he's the back. I'm good for Harvey. I'm adding him. So Chase Brown we could add a fifth. I mean, we could go 4 chalk and 1 crazy. We don't have to call this right now. This is going to get us to 1461. I'm going to keep it in. I'm adding Harvey. Done. Now we'll do one more check on move to 115, but I'm not too mad about that, brother, because we're looking at it right here. 115 still at DK. Something else just moved in the slip, though. Let's see. Harvey went to 120. Now I moved to 120. Again, because we're going to be boosting, I'm not too mad about it. It's still going to be, again, like Foster's saying, plus EV. But it moved to 120, so you were on that quick. But now I'm feeling even better about keeping it in the slip. I'm not going to lie. And honestly, like we have other boosts to use. Like I'm locking it in. Plus 1430 with the boost. It is chalky. There's no problem with that. We are like if the Chase Brown's the leg that loses, you can all come at me because I am kind of sticking to my guns there. I can even check if it moved for no other reason. I'm just curious. No need to like, sit there and always be checking if you got some value on it. 5-leg Chalk City. I locked in, brother, but 4-leg Chalk City essentially, but I'm not mad about it by any means. Because again, I know like it wasn't on stream, but I do have like a 23 to 1. We have that freaking Isaiah Williams that's 14 to 1, the same odds. Lagging. I'm back. It's the same odds on a 14-1 that we have for this entire lay of 4 guys to score a tutty. So I'm not mad about it. I'll gladly take it. Um, I'll gladly take it. I'm just curious, is Brown moving? Still at 130, went back to 130 actually. I'm not mad about it. If Brown against loser, come at me. That's on me. That's me putting some stuff together. But overall, again, the way that it's set up, Brown, Henry, Tay, RJ, I'm good with it. I'm absolutely good with it. My buddy Jake just put out some picks. Curious what he's on. Because he wasn't on stream. Washington team total over. Pitt Baltimore first step under, sure. Tampa Bay first step at. Buffalo under. Packers with the points. Okay. Interesting. He bet a TD lay also. Yeah, nothing I'm too interested in. Got to play Dylan Drummond again, whoever he is. Is he flashing? Is Dylan Drummond flashing? I'm Googling Dylan Drummond quickly too because I genuinely don't know who that is. I remember him flashing last week. I was like, Andre Drummond's cousin. Like, who is this guy? Let's see. Lockett's still there. I mean, I'm not surprised. 405. This Komet is still sitting there. We're already down to 10. This Buka over. Like I said, this is definitely bettable. Hampton's interesting just because back from injury. So, like, who knows what his usage really will be. I mean, this is also tomorrow. Though, obviously, you can bet things for tomorrow, today, or last Monday. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not saying that. Definitely not saying that. But this bond, man, it's not. I don't think it should be 7%. I think I have a little bit of bias in that. Michael Wilson under with all the injuries to Arizona. I'm not sure. What even team is Dylan Drummond on? He is on the Falcons. No Drake London, as we know. Pull up a quick pro football reference here on our boy. 6 targets on the season. That's nice. His last in his game logs here. 4 catches. I mean, I also bet some Kirk under rush yards. I got a great number. It's unfortunately gone. Just under a half, of course. Minus 115. Goes back to kind of like I don't want to say like theory, but like kind of what like I've been talking about here for a while. I also talked about with Ty for a bit on our Thursday stream, like how the pressure and how a lot of people are like, oh, this team blitzes a lot, or this team gets a lot of pressure. Like we should take quarterbacks to get rushing yards because they'll evade the rush. I think it's kind of the opposite, where it's like, if they have the time in the pocket, you scan and then pick their spot to run. That's where I actually do like quarterbacks to pick up some yardage on the ground if they're not a. I don't want to say Lamar because Lamar is better at surveying and running. Who would I say even like freaking Drake May, rushing quarterback, dog, MVP fave. Not a lot popping, which is not surprising. We know how it is an hour and 2 hours before game time. This is business as usual at this point. This Bijan, I mean, he's going to be under fire all day long. We're talking about Bijan freaking Robinson here. I actually like this a lot. I'm betting this, though it's going to be for not a ton. But I think if you have a healthy MGM, that this is definitely worth betting a lot. And that Ty Johnson went down to 6-1, as I'm seeing on MGM. My other computer, I had it still in the slip here. Lockett's still sitting there, but I'm betting this Bijan for whatever I can get down, and would recommend, again, if you have a fresh MGM with less limits and whatnot, to get down. Not a ton of EV here, but there is some, and ball knowledge for whatever that's worth. In most cases, worth nothing. Don't get me wrong. Betting this Bijan. I can't believe that total hasn't moved. I'm so surprised it's 44.5. Now I'm really hoping that it lands 44. I guess this is what the market is saying, is like it really doesn't know. So I haven't seen it move at all. Unless I'm like tripping. Like I haven't seen it even go to 43 back one way. Like I've just seen it sit at 44.5 all week. I've seen the odds change. I got even money. Now I'm seeing like 110s mostly both ways. But interesting to say the least. Betting an over on a guy like Bijan. Twist my arm for Bijan Robinson, 4 catches, 5 catches, I mean. I know no London. Hopefully Kirk is dumping down big time with this pass rush. Definitely don't think that's asking or thinking about it anything too deep. We had 2.7% EV. So we're rocking. All right, cool. Cumble definitely down lower in the EV, as you can see, 2.2%. Lamar under pass attempts. Okay. All right. So we have a FanDuel boost. We have some Sunday night boosts. We'll check game lines. Haven't checked game lines. Have had some success though. We also have had some like tough losses, especially like first quarter markets. This is one of those situations where we've gotten good numbers that just have lost. So I got to like test out the variance realistically on some like first quarter stuff. Like definitely nowhere near a big enough sample size to say anything, but we have gotten some good numbers. Again, I stay off these second halves. I've talked about this for a while. I'm not going to go into it again. It just makes sense to me. Saints alternate line +6. I don't hate this. Am I crazy to think the Saints are live? Like, am I really crazy to think the Saints are live? Probably. I don't know. Maybe some Survivor Carnage I'm anticipating a little bit, again, for like lower pools, but curious if there's yeah, okay. We got the pros versus Joes report from Patrick Erison reporting on Prime Sportsbook. Always just like to look at this because Prime is definitely a sharp sports book, so this information is like relatively pertinent, though numbers there don't matter. Saying sharps on the Jets, the Rams, the Falcons, and the Colts. Okay, biggest needs: Commies, Finns, Saints, Texans. Okay, saying that the pros are on the Titans and the pros and Joes are united on the Jets and the Broncos. I'm finding it very interesting that the Joes would be on the Jets. I'm not going to lie, maybe because they won last week, a little recency bias situation, which we know our square friends love to do. And most bet totals, Commies Vikings over. That to me is interesting, very interesting. I don't understand why, but maybe again, like the theory of Caden healthiest his weapons have been. Maybe that's it. Terrible defense where McCarthy could look good. Rams Cardinals over, Bills Bengals over. We saw that movement. Colts Jags under. So interesting. Very, very interesting. Nothing that we're going to be basing any betting decisions off of or anything like that, but I always do love to check that out. Great work by Patrick there. Big fan of his work. Just great reporter. Great guy. Also met him in Vegas a while ago. And Prime. I love the guys at Prime, and I know they run a real shop there. So definitely never look at the Caesars or the MGM reporting on that. But Prime, I'm interested. Like Circuit did that. It's like similar to that. That's what I'm curious. Like even when like Dave Mason of BOL tweets stuff like that, like I'm interested. See the Colts first half -1.5. Like this is good. I'm pulling it up there. I have to up on my other computer. I'm betting this. I know it's only 2.4% EV. We're talking about a game line here. It's still there. Don't. Okay. I'm betting this. I'm betting this. I'm betting this. I'm betting this. I saw your comment, Foss. I'm gonna get to it in 1 second because I'm gonna do the same freaking thing. Come on. Where's first half, man? First half. Oh, moved. I didn't switch my screen. I'm sorry, boys, but either way, I didn't get in because it moved. Oh God, this is not 114 anymore. It just moved. That's just being too slow to the draw, man. I botched. That is not there anymore. It moved. Oh, yep. I'm staring at it. 105, 105. I missed it. Over 10K between Profit and Novig on Isaiah Bond. I'm not even going to go to the EV screen. I'm just going to pull it up because probably best on stream Wednesday and just general game for the boys as always. Games with low ass totals, you're going to get better odds on touchdowns, or you should be. And I know Bond. I like Bond also just as a player. I know he was undrafted, had those problems at Texas. Then the Browns picked him up. Where I'm blind, Titans Browns. Secondary is horrible for the Titans. It really is. Though I do think both these teams are going to get pressure out the ass. We're going to see a sack fest. And I'm going to check out defensive touchdowns out of curiosity. I know I talked about on stream Wednesday looking at Myles Garrett sacks to break the record today, but the odds are so bad, bro. They're not bettable. I mean, a Bond first we'll look at too, but let's you have the what you called out there, Foss, the liquidity on both books, on both exchanges, excuse me, or prediction markets. I can't see. Bond starts with a B. 12-1. Let's confirm that. Pull up my phone here. I'm already logged in on DK. I'll switch my screen in 1 second. This was from like weeks ago. Why is that still there? Yeah, okay. I'm in. I'll bet Bond. I kind of also like it too. Like he is obviously they got Judy and Njoku. I love Fannin just as a player, dog. But I'll bet some Bond. 12-1. What are you gonna do? Not bet Bond? I might as well bet Bond. All right, I'm in. Add to the tracker. Okay, beautiful. Very nice. Golden still lingering. He might not play. He's questionable still, I saw. Not that matters. Just void if he doesn't play. Hasn't scored yet this season. Not that matters, but okay. This Bond 40-1 first Huddy. Interesting to say the least. I'm curious what I'm gonna do a quick Twitter search. A great guy who's really tapped into Cleveland, also just does amazing NFL work, Cleve TA. I'm curious if he posted any insights on the Browns game today for who he thinks, maybe even the first touchdown. Definitely a guy who I would, tail and give credit to, of course. Just curious if TA has anything. Nah, he's tweeting college stuff. Yeah. Okay. Nothing publicly available there. Wrong switch screen. Do you ever pair? So sometimes yes, sometimes I do. I don't like if you mean pair as in like parlay first and anytime. No, but like will I double down and like bet somebody first and anytime, whether it be straight or in a lay? Absolutely. I'm curious, like if I'm missing out on value, like let's even just do this for example, a Bond. We sniped, boys. Let's just see what it is. Like I'm just curious. Let's do a quick. I went down to 35 to once we missed this. Yeah, so you can't even parlay that, unfortunately. At least at DK, maybe other books, but if you do mean though, like double down and have a first at any time, like in the same game, whether it be both straight in a lay, like absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't say like all the time because I'm looking sometimes specifically, can't speak, at value on the first TD. Like sometimes just honed in, right? We're streaming, trying to get some stuff out for the boys. Like obviously we're still more on a time crunch also, where like if I'm like looking for first tutties, I'm looking for them. Or if I'm looking for any times, look for any times. I'm kind of like trying to separate them in my brain. But like, yeah, there are absolutely times where I'm overlapped there. And I'm also a little bit annoyed that Bond moved, but I do have to look at the defensive touchdown markets here. Though they're probably chalked, but I am curious because both of these quarterbacks are sack fumbles waiting to happen. Browns, no thank you. I'm actually more interested in the Titans. So let's play guess the odds. Browns are 500. Obviously, amazing defense. Myles Garrett, Cam Ward, though, doing decent with sacks. This should be 600 at least. It's not. It's the same. It's the same exact price. This did an update. It did. Yeah, okay. So I'm not betting this. They're just pricing them both. Like, I mean, if you have Thrills, whatever Thrills is, then I would definitely bet that 10-1 for Titans touchdown. But 500, no thank you. And then again, I just want to pull up the sack for Garrett because it's unfortunately not bettable. But I will actually look at INTs for both. What's a Jeffrey Simmons sack? Half a sack's 106. The interior of the line for the Browns is banged the hell up. I'm actually interested in the Simmons. I don't bet a ton of sack stuff, but like we have the FanDuel boost. Parlay boost. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pulling it up here. I like low key could add this. I'm like not opposed to this at all. 2 boosts available. Texans boost. So we'll talk about an SGP for tonight in a second. But yes, a parlay boost. 3-leg parlay. Not opposed to some Jeffrey Simmons. But Myles Garrett, look at how bad these prices are. 2 sacks, basically. 1.5 is 169, but 2 sacks is 202. That doesn't make any sense. 3 sacks, 229. 4 sacks, 650. Like, I know it's Myles Garrett. I know he's chasing history, but 650 for anybody to put up 4 sacks in the same freaking game, man, that's unbettable. But I want to look at INTs. Ward, who's been doing a better job protecting the football. That being said, I don't know that I love that. I don't think that should be like plus 104, but Shedeur, I mean, maybe they're just anticipating no running. But look at his passing attempts here. I don't like. I want to bet this, but like based on market, I just can't. But I'm definitely interested in that. Well, it's just killer pass attempts. I'm just curious of like how low they are. So weather's not that bad. 27. Okay, and then Ward on the other hand, a little bit of curiosity here. 30. I mean, if he's dropping back 30 times, man, throwing a pick definitely seems not like you're asking for too much by any means. But that's the ugliest game of the week. Let's go back to game lines. I'm mad I missed that at Caesars. I mean, what are you gonna do? We tried. And Caesar we have a profit boost as well for touchdowns. So let's just do a quick game line and prop run. Then we'll look at some touchdowns at Caesars for that boost and some first tutties. Then we'll go from there. Okay. Now Jacksonville's second half, but I don't love that in second half. I'm just curious, like if this is minus 110. I mean, like just straight market, this is like what I look for all the time, but like never bet these second half. I never bet them at this point. This is interesting to me. I mean, 6 is a relatively key number. Obviously not the key number of 7, but like this is honestly probably worth a sprinkle, man. I'm not gonna lie. Little alternate spread down to 6. Plus 145. This just moved. What would it move from? Yeah. Okay. So we're losing some value as we speak. Third quarter, second half. So it's a lot of stuff that I don't think is worth betting. But I shouldn't say I don't think it's worth. I just don't really bet that / like know the move on betting those kinds of things at that point. All right, so let's go back to EV. Let's see if any players are flashing on us right now. Let's take a look. Lockett's still there. Komet's still there. Bond now 11-1 there at FanDuel, but we have the 12-1, so we're chilling. Cooper Kupp 3 receptions at Hard Rock. I mean, if you're a Hard Rock better, that's a bet. This is a bet. Pittman at Rivers. If you have Rivers, this is a bet. Unfortunately, pretty limited there as well, but this is definitely a bet if you have a clean Rivers. Bateman under catch is 1.5. Okay. Let's just swap to 145. So that moved before we even get into it. Pollard, Walker, ETN 140 at ESPN. This is probably good. Welcome to the score bet. Okay, so they did rebrand. This is good. This ETN. I would bet that. It's just 120. I'm gonna actually because we have another DraftKings boost. Looks like DK banned you from round robins. Damn, they're really checking down and locking and loading. I mean, round robins are a great strategy. Could probably make a video on that, but this ETN is interesting. All right. Elijah Higgins under. I mean, all the injuries there. AJ Barner moving. Okay, so we're catching things as they're moving, which is not ideal. We want to get them before they move. Sharp under. Yeah, but this is bugged there. So we have the FanDuel boost. I think I have another DraftKings boost. No longer available, just like that. Let me just confirm. Because I think they have like an any sport boost that obviously I'm going to use in the NFL on an NFL Sunday. But let me just confirm that. I'm going to add 3 random legs and see if that shows up. Yes, if a 20% all parlay boost, 3 legs. Okay. Could be at any sport. So I'm definitely using that in football, of course. All right, perfect. So I'm going to cook that. We'll cook the Caesars. Found some first tutties. So I'm going to do this also. Again, we're going to go whole market here. No other game lines for me that I bet. Not trying to bet game lines at this point. Oh, that's 6 at MGM, that +6 alternate for the Saints. I'm actually very interested in. But let's yeah, I want Caesars in this view because the boost I have is a TD score boost on Caesar specifically. I think they do it every week. It's $5 max again, though, for me at least. But I am curious. I want anytime. We will find some more first. Don't worry. Okay. AD Mitchell on Caesars is actually interesting. I mean, I know the best odds are MGM, but it's better than Circa, but not better than FanDuel, Profit, or Kalshi. I mean, Caesars is like again very on market with their stuff, so not surprised that that is the case. Waddle 180. Don't hate that. Bucky, I mean, Devin Neal, little RB action. Egbuka, not really interested. 3-1 Rashad White, no. 370. Tyler Shook himself, run it in. The boy. Des Johnson, no. It'd have to be probably like a chalkier lay right here. Jerome Ford, no, thank you. Jerry Judy, 380. I mean, it's just like Caesars is just tough because they're not giving you any grace. But this Pollard, no, the run defense is tight. But again, like the odds at like FanDuel and etc. are better, and we have a boost on FanDuel. So, Alec Pierce 230. I actually like that. I'm adding Pierce. He's been really. Alec Pierce is one of our. We got the weather too. The Colts are now 2.5 point favorites, so a little bit of love for Evan Market. I'm adding Pierce to this. That's one leg. That could be our like plus money leg, and we could find some more chalk. We have a lot of chalk, of course, in that other leg that lay there. JT 215. I'm adding JT actually. Hopefully I can. It can be an SGP. It can be. Okay. So I'm adding JT and Pierce. So that's 2 Colts. So just from like a price perspective, though, I actually kind of like it. Get out of this game. This is Steelers Ravens. We got Adam Thielen with Aaron Rodgers, the savior is in Pittsburgh for that passing game. What's Jalen Warren? Not priced at Caesars. Interesting. All right. Let's see if we can find some more chalk here. Commies. Aaron Jones, no thank you. C-Rod, I have it 2-1. Debo, no thank you. Bill, RIP Bill. Not actually, obviously, but from like a pricing perspective, I mean, Addison at 245 is not horrible to add to this, honestly, at all. So we could just go big plus money. Pierce, Taylor, Addison. I'm interested in Addison. I'm not going to forget Addison. Terry, also at 210, is kind of interesting as well. See how this has moved. A drop from 210. I kind of like that. Did we bet Terry? I know I was looking at him, but we didn't end up locking him in any slips, right? No. I'm adding Terry. Call it some commie bias there. Can be more than 3 legs. You know, I'm trying to get 2-1, 10-1 as always. For no other reason than I want 10-1 and I'm greedy. What's going on, Bizzle B? I'll get to your comment in 1 second, brother. I'm just adding this leg here. Terry McLaurin. So what are we at? 1528. But then I can't bet the. All right, it has to be. So I'm getting rid of It doesn't let me do it. Sorry. What's going on, Bizzle Biz? Talking about Achane or Waller. Haven't took a first touchdown there. We're doing a great first touchdown run through in just 1 second, trying to build out the Caesars touchdown boost. With that being said, it's not letting me parlay an SGP. So I think I'm going to go for longer odds and take out JT and just kind of be dumb about it here. I'm confused with these. Caesars is always odd with their rules. I'm just going to add a random leg and say, just to see what it has to be. Just a. This can't be an SGP. Okay. So McLaurin, Pierce, and we can go chalk. I mean, I love Achane. I do. But I'm just gonna scroll through one more time. It can't be. I'm going plus money on this, big plus money. I've decided. DK at 140 now on Brown. I still love that. I really do. I think the market's wrong. Don't say that often or lightly, but I actually do think that's wrong. I mean, James Cook at 210. What's Allen? 165 at Caesars, but 145 at Circa. So that's not good by any means. But for our purposes, to have this be a little bit chalkier, kind of like James Moore, especially from market perspective. I mean, I know it's like worse odds, but like it's more in line with Circa. So I'm going to add James Cook. So that is Pierce, Terry, Cook plus 1410 pre-boost. Adding it with the boost, $5. Okay. Pierce, Terry, James Cook plus 1410 with the boost there. Okay. All right, sorry, boys. Get into the tracker. All right, let's look at some first studies. Let's go game by game. Or one more quick look at the EV because we want to see if we can get anything, but we're going to do first studies. I have not talked about anything in this game, though, so we have not missed anything, but I'll run through everything we bet in just 1 second here because we have a pretty good card. A lot of touchdowns today, not a ton of like straight props popping up that we've caught. We've seen some move in slip, unfortunately. I know P. Ryan's also been back, hence probably why there's been some like anti-Chase Brown love, but I think it's a little bit overstated. But I bet this Lockett, didn't bet this Komet, recommend this Cup if you have Hard Rock, didn't bet Burchard. This just popped up, a Westbrook Akine. This is new. Honestly, somewhat interesting here, Westbrook Akine. All right, back already down to the 5%. So Keaton Mitchell also is interesting at 7-1. I'm actually going to bet both of these. I'm betting Keaton Mitchell and Westbrook Akine right now, both straight. Pull up on my phone here. But then I'm gonna go right to your the Finns for you. We bet this bond. We didn't bet first. We missed it. It was 4-1. But Keaton Mitchell, I like where. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. We have Henry in LA. Keaton Mitchell. Even though Ali is more of like a used guy there, and then Westbrook, Akine, 16-1. Let's just bond out of here. Oh, it went down to 14-1, so we missed it. Is 14-1 still good? No, it is not. Okay, so Justice Mitchell then. Justice Keaton Mitchell. This moved 14-1. We saw it right on DraftKings. Too slow to the draw. But let's find some firsts. We only have the only first study we bet so far, Biz, is Chris Olave at 13-1. But let's see some of the pricing. So Waller, I'll check first. I mean, Achane is going to be Chalk City, I'd have to assume. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Achane could score first. Obviously, the books are pricing him as such. 390 here at DK. If you're interested, I'm personally that's like outside of it's below what I'd like to bet for first by like a long shot there, but I'm definitely not going to say no to that. And then Waller. Just because Circa's 12-1, I'm not getting better than Circa, but I also do think that stuff is good. DK back down at 130 on Brown. I mean, it's not like they offer an under, right? So that to me is like where are they coming up with these prices? Like what are they moving off of? I guess the question. So they have an auto mover, they're getting hit, and then they're moving, then they're like manually adjusting because it's not like they're getting action on the under, so they have to like adjust that accordingly. So I would have to maybe there's an auto mover and they're getting some hits and they're like manually looking and then manually moving back or not moving back. That could be the situation. I'm not sure. First studies in this game. What's AD? 12-1 MGM and Caesars. I kind of like this. I mean, what's this? Sports Zeno, 19-1 for AD. Don't love though, because Novig is pretty close there. What's Brees? See Chalk City, probably, but check. Yeah, he's Chalk City and best price there at Circa. Go back to Commanders Vikings for first now. Treylon Burks. I had him at first on Sunday night. It was like 70-1. Didn't bet the anytime, got greedy. But obviously they took a thick catch to get there. Ertz, 13-1, not horrible compared to market. C-Rod, market off. Terry. I'm betting Terry. 12-1, 10-1, 10-1, 10-1 across the board. Terry back and healthy. I'm locking this in. I'm not even pulling it up on DK on my other screen because we'll see this move if it has to move. I'm pulling up my phone right now. I'm betting it. TD scores. Terry McLaurin, 12-1. DraftKings, locked in, loaded. Bet it. I'm in on Terry McLaurin. First tutty. Davis Sills, first tutty, 330 MGM. I don't even know what team is he on. Is he on the Texans? Davis Sills. Those are on the Browns. What team is Sills on? David, not Davis. Falcons. Yeah, I knew that. I guess. David Sills. 224, 267, 3-1. Yeah, this is definitely the best price for Sills. I mean, unless again you have Sports Zeno, but also MGM having the what's it called? The like second chance promo if they scores the second one. I'm just really trying to will this under into fruition. What's Elijah Arroyo? Okay. I like him. Shaheed has just been a ghost. What are they giving like Walker? 750. In the range I would bet, but not that price. No London, we know. Mooney deep down the field. I don't like it at all. See what they're giving Seahawks D first tutty, 25-1. No, thank you. Bills Bengals, these odds are probably gonna all be chalked, but like if there is a decent price on like what is Jamar? Gotta check it. If Circa was better tomorrow, like this was better to Circa, I'd be so interested, but no, what's T though? 14 across the board. Again, if it was better to Circa, I'd be interested. Chase Brown 950. Now this is interesting. Better than Circa. An RB1 at 950. What's Pirine? Okay, so Pirine's gonna get more love there, but Chase Brown. Let's do this quickly. So with Pirine back, it's been a bit different. I want to see how much Pirine is like stealing goal line stuff. Now Brown can score from anywhere. See, that's the problem here. That's why Brown has been moving, and that's why things are as they are. In that one game that he played, he had 4 red zone targets, or excuse me, rushing attempts. That was only week. Oh, well, that actually ends up working. That was last week. Red zone. They both got love, but Samaje Perine is definitely in potential there to whatever the fantasy term is for steal that touchdown. That is a that's what we're looking. That's and he got the goal line carry, Pirine. They like Pirine. I'll check receiving just out of curiosity because we know that Brown does get some receiving love. I mean, 7 and 7 there. Pirine 2 and 2. That's with Joey B, obviously. So the question kind of is if you're like willing to concede per se the ability for Pirine to steal that touchdown, or if you want to bet that Pirine is going to steal that touchdown. That is the $1 million question. Is Kincaid playing? I mean, he's priced like it. This 15-1 for Kincaid to play, though. I'm gonna do a quick search on Dalton Kincaid because this could just be the answer to our question anyway. Not that we can't bet 2 first touchdowns in the same game. We absolutely can. But he's officially active 30 minutes ago. We all know this is like the god tier matchup for tight ends. However, Dawson Knox, no. Circus telling me I can't bet that. Keanu expecting to be shot. So this is like a Kincaid welcome back. 15-1, 16-1 through 65. I'm betting Kincaid. Matchup, we all know. That's not really why. It's just, again, the 12-1 at Circa, 13-1 at Novig, 750 profit X. Not a ton of liquidity by any means, but if he is limited, that would stink, but healthy. Juwan Johnson on DK. Let's pull that up because I actually do like that too. But I'm in on Kincaid. I actually still might bet that Brown. I'm not going to lie. Maybe betting a Pirine because we still have 2 boosts left to use. We have a DK and a FanDuel boost to use. Don't worry and forget. Still got about 30, 45 minutes here. So I bet this Olave already, though. That was 13-1, so we did get some value. I still think from a pricing, the way I like to look at it, I do like Olave, but doesn't mean that Juwan 19. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm betting Juwan also. Great call out, Faust. Thank you. I'm betting that too. I don't care if I have 2 of the same players on the same team. A buck could score and lose them both. I don't care. That's good pricing to me. That's been our formula for hitting first tutties, and we've been hitting first tutties. Not to pat myself on the back, because obviously some luck involved, but process is clearly like somewhat on point with what we're doing because it has been working out in a big way. So we've been killing first touchdown betting. Took Shook too on MGM. Send it, bro. Welcome. I want to go back though because that +6 on MGM is still there. I'm betting it. I don't know why I've convinced myself that the Saints are alive, but I have. Now, not to the point where I'm betting it, convince myself, but to the point where if there's EV on a alternate line, nope, it's not there anymore. Okay. Vegas money line on DK. Little pandemonium in the NFC West. Who says no? I think we're all interested in some fun potentially there. Total under 33. I mean, last week's game I got lucky with, I would say, with the Browns Niners going under. There were just so many short fields, and this does have that ability. And the Titans are a really good special teams team. Like, this is one of the few things you can give them love and credit for. And the Browns are one of the worst. One of the many things you could talk crap about the Browns about. Only 2%. I'm not going to bet that, but interesting to say nonetheless. I already am on this, except that Novig. It's only $6 of liquidity, but I don't know why that hasn't moved. I'm not going to lie. Like, I really did expect that to move. Some New Orleans here at Hard Rock, 1.8, 350. You know, Saints domination coming in. But I'm gonna say I'm annoyed. I'm gonna pull this up just to look. So I'm curious what the Saints line ended up moving to at the +6. Clearly no more EV. So you snooze, you lose. That was 145 if I remember correctly. That Bijan hasn't moved. That's annoying to me. It's probably moved the other way, which I don't like. Confirm that in 1 second here. No, it hasn't. All right. I just want to see what this is. It's obviously not EV anymore though, so don't really know why I'm doing this, but I might as well. Saints +6. Yeah, this is 145. So chalked. Chalked. No bueno. Not bettable. Not bettable. All right. Let's go to TDs, another EV run through, and we'll finalize these boosts and some first tutties. Get those things going. Komet's still there. Actually got better. This might be worth it at this point now. This was lower than the Lockett. And the Lockett is still there. Shard Smith not interested. Pacheco already in 6% here. Walker over. It's 165. Doesn't really matter. But that's probably bettable, honestly. On my limited MGM, I don't think I'm going to be dying to bet that, though. ETN receiving yards at Novig, though shouldn't be betting on Novig with them getting kicked out of my state shortly. Pollard anytime 320. This is bettable. Absolutely bettable. Yeah, I'm betting this. I'm gonna bet it than keep it in my slip for the boost. I would assume this will be gone by the time it's time to lock in the boost, but I'll take this straight. I'm betting this. I'm betting this Pollard 320. All right, I'm in, but I'm keeping it in the slip for the FanDuel boost that we have. I mean, this is could be an anything boost. Like, we could just have that and bet some chalk on the money line. We could do that. I mean, or we could bet some more crazy dogs. Seattle down to 6.5. I think that's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. The Finns also 140 away favorites. Let's look at the overall market right now. We could be quick with this. Honestly, I'm gonna add Shedeur interception to this. I don't know if you're gonna actually SGP that now that I'm thinking about it, but let's see if I can. Player INT. No, you can't. Okay. See if there's anything where FanDuel is the best price in market from a money line perspective. The answer is no. What about from a total? No. No FanDuel best price for a total. Then we'll check a spread quickly. No. But what I will do is go back to the EV for game lines and then um, see what we find there. Because if we can capitalize on this Pollard at 320, now Serga's at 250. I do respect FanDuel, don't get me wrong, from a touchdown perspective, but if we could find 2 game lines also and just parlay that with this on FanDuel, which I think shouldn't be asking too much, but I guess maybe apparently it is. New Orleans second quarter money line. Like that is can't be good. Second half spread, so no. The answer is no, unfortunately. There have to be some ball knowledge here. Baltimore fourth quarter, over 43 here, 1.8%. This close to game time. This is actually probably pretty good. 1.8%, grinding a very small edge here. Limits could be higher on this market for limited MGM accounts. I mean, obviously they're higher for real bets. But I think I'm gonna bet this. I just did. 1.8% EV on a total. I know how bad the Steelers offense is. Don't get me wrong here. But I actually kind of like that. We could also just like because we have the DraftKings. Let's pivot back to DK quickly because we're seeing a lot of DK on this game line screen. But like all second half stuff. New Orleans second quarter. I mean, that's just I don't know. Second half. First touchdowns we have. What do we have? We have Terry, Olave, Kincaid. Also bet that Juwan Johnson. Colts Jags will hold off. Seahawks Falcons will hold off. Now we're at the 425s. Let's look at Texans Chiefs. We could do a lay here, but you could also definitely bet some first HUDs. Now my mind is automatically going to go to Nico to see like what he's priced at, though I assume he'll be unbettable. Bad assumption because 950 is absolutely bettable. And 950 is absolutely the bet I'm taking. It was 10 to 1 yesterday. How has Circa moved on this? Hasn't. I'm going to do a quick scroll, but Nico at 950 is very interesting, and I think is where I'm going to pull trigger right now. Check Woody. Woody at 850 is also interesting. Chubb. No, from Circa. And to the Chiefs side, Chiefs obviously must win. Everyone knows the situation here. What's Kareem? 750 MGM, not terrible. Dalton Schultz. Schultz 17 on MGM is actually interesting as well. Chiefs have struggled with some middle of the field stuff. I actually like the Schultz better than the Nico. Obviously, very different in odds, but I'm betting the Schultz. I'm going to end up betting both sides of this because it's Sunday night. So I'm very interested in betting first touchdowns on both sides. But this Schultz at 17 to 1 here. I love that. So I'm betting that for tonight. And then let's check out Chief. What's up, Mr. Reshi Rice? Chalk. Xavier Worthy for some deep ball potential. Nope. Nothing good there. Gotta look at Kelsey. Okay, I've got to look at Mahomes here. Must-win game. Amazing defense, as we know. 20 to 1. So right now, not worth it. based on the rest of the market. Pacheco, he screwed me so many times this year. He just doesn't get the football. Like, I'm in a dynasty league and I'm tanking actively last week. And I lose, I guaranteed. Even if I win, if I score fewer points than the other team, then I'm guaranteed for the number one pick. And I'm playing Pacheco as a just because I'm trying to lose. That being said, first tutty 18-1, but like it's Jordan Kareem. Like we know the answer. So obviously I'm gonna bet this by the time this game starts, but for now, probably hold off. But I do want a 425 sweat with the boys. Check Broncos Raiders. Could definitely be convinced to take a Raider here. Harvey's gonna be chalk. Yep. See Sutton. Yeah, not good enough. We have Lockett anytime. Like, are we gonna get some love for Brock or probably not? See, 11-1 circa. Like, if I was in a circa state, I'd just bet that 11-1 and not think twice. Genty, are we getting any love for Genty? No. Okay. Rams Cardinals. Well, Bears Packers. I can see the Bears definitely scoring first here. What's Monungai? See, this Monungai 13-1 is actually pretty solid there. I know that it's still been like the Swift show. It's been healthy mix. Books are clearly torn there, not showing anything big time there. On the Packers side, see, circa best price. I love to bet some Christian Watson. Romeo. 10-1. It's nothing really standing out right now, unfortunately. Not a big deal. Let's see if that Etienne has moved. I mean, that Pollard, it hasn't. Okay, interesting that hasn't moved yet. Again, 3-leg parlay on FanDuel and DraftKings with a boost. We can go at some things. Let's see. Let's go back to the EV screen, see if things flash. Make our lives easier, but then hunting some stuff manually. Definitely want to use up these boosts, but if we don't get to them, we don't get to them. Komet still showing, man. Crazy how there's just not really any DK or FanDuel at this point, at least from my DVigs here. We could do the Keaton Mitchell, but probably not worth it. This Ty Johnson, we got 7-1. We did a good job there. Tyler Batty, 13-1. I love Devin Neal. Lamar under pass attempts. Let's do something quick here. Other screen quickly. What if we do this? I like okay. There's some things that like I'm gonna do a little bit of ball knowledge here. Let's go to the main screen here. I don't like Aaron Jones today. Honestly, Commanders' run defense has actually been decent all year long, and the Vikings, though they're going to probably pound the rock. I think Jordan Mason does get a little bit more love, and I know he gets some love in the passing game also. But I think some rushing, receiving fade here on Jones could be a very worthy leg. So scrimmage yards, Aaron Jones. Under 72.5. I'm betting. I'm adding that to the lay. Rushing props, it's always under. Rushing, receiving yards, over, under. Aaron Jones, 72.5. Bet some Nico for tonight because we haven't bet Nico yet, and I like him. So I'm gonna add Nico Collins over receiving yards. 66.5. Okay. Um, Also could see fades of Pacheco because I don't think he gets enough love now that he's back. I'm gonna actually fade Pacheco rushing, receiving also. That's good enough for the boost. Now, who's a player that I think is potentially in a bad spot or in a good spot? Now we have faded Aaron Jones here. I kind of like a Jordan Mason ad. So a little bit of correlation there. For a touchdown because I think that he probably has more upside. I'm hoping none of these work out, but I'm actually betting this. So Nico Collins over 66.5 receiving yards. We're doing a little two-leg parlay for each to a four-legger. So Nico over 66.5 receiving, Pacheco under 38.5 rushing receiving, Aaron Jones under 72.5 rushing receiving, Jordan Mason anytime touchdown. That's what I'm using the DK boost on. Now, as far as the FanDuel, TBD. I think that's a good four-leg lay to use that 30%, that last boost on DK on. Again, that's an all sports boost. So if there's any association to that you want to bet or any other sports that are going on, I'm sure there's a bunch more. Feel free to use it on that. But those are some DK legs that I would use that on. So we have the FanDuel. We can bet some first tutties, so we can call it. Let's check the EV one more time. Then I'll do full market look for first tutties. But let me read through everything that we've played on stream just for everybody who's hopping in. We have a pretty loaded stream card right now. So pre-stream, Chris Rodriguez, anytime touchdown. Brandon Cooks, anytime touchdown. Rodriguez, Myers, Kareem Hunt, touchdown lay. On stream, Emmanuel Wilson, touchdown. Isaiah Williams, touchdown. Lockett, touchdown. Ty Johnson, touchdown. Olave, first tutty. DK, touchdown boost. We used Brown, Henry, Adams, RJ Harvey. Bijan over catches. Bond anytime. Caesar touchdown boost. Pierce, McLaurin, Cook. McLaurin first. Kincaid first. Steelers, Ravens over 43. Schultz first, and then boost of Collins, receiving yards. Pacheco under rushing receiving. Jones under rushing receiving. And Mason anytime touchdown. So not a lot of straight props that are coming out. A lot of touchdowns, a lot of fun stuff today. Not mad about it though. I did some other bets Friday that I'll call out, but the lines are chalked. I bet Mason Tipton under receiving yards, Bateman under receiving yards, Ollie Gordon anytime, Spears over receptions, and Kirk Cousins under rushing yards. So that's kind of where like the straight exposure is, but trying to find some more for props. I mean, if you have this Pat Bryant under plus 110, if you have a Hard Rock, there's a ton of Illinois there to get in on. Also, this Neil I love. Westbrook Akine. Did we bet that? No, we missed it, but we could bet it at FanDuel now, but FanDuel showing the best price there. No. Vele. Keaton Mitchell we bet also. That's about it. So FanDuel boost and first tutties. Let's do that. So realistically, we could be crazy and use our FanDuel boost on a first touchdown lay, but that's probably ridiculous. Definitely ridiculous. And unnecessary. Not betting any last minute game lines. We saw some EV on that Steelers over, so we bet that. But see if there are any first tutties that are going to stick out to us here. For the FanDuel boost, let's go back here. We have this Pollard that we liked. I'm still in on Chase Brown. I think that the fact that Burrow was back is actually going to be really helpful. Now, this went to 5.5. But I think Chase Brown can do it on the ground. 50.5. I like that. That's already 695. So that Pollard hasn't moved from when we bet it straight. Pollard is frustrating because he doesn't do anything. because the Titans are so abysmal. It's hilarious. Brown and Pollard. I'm gonna add Chase Brown to this where I can find it on my phone. Where the hell are the Bills? Oh, they are. Rushing props, Chase Brown, over 50.5. Then should we fade some Christian Kirk for tonight? I mean, he's been so bad. I'm never some Cook receiving, actually. Let's do a little SGP here. I'm gonna add Cook receiving to this. I know he's like very inconsistent with his receiving lines this year, but at 1239, I love that, honestly. Player receiving yard. That's what I'm using my FanDuel boost on. James Cook, receiving yards, 12.5. So with the boost, that's 1549. So again, this is what I'm locking in with the boost. That's those are all the boosts. So let's finalize with some first tutties. Another EV run through, and then we're ready for another Sunday. Another Sunday slate. Hopefully another beautiful banger of a slate. Back to PT up. We'll run through first tutties one more time, see if we find any value there whatsoever. All right. Let's zoom out a bit here. I'll read out anything I see, but hopefully you guys see some stuff. Let's wrap this up here and let's find some finalized first tutties. We have Terry Kincaid, Juwan Johnson, Olave so far. Though I'm still interested in that and potentially betting that Brown too, even with Kincaid. But Breece Hall, no good. See if Circ's got the best price. I'm not interested. I'm gonna be kind of scrolling through these quickly because I mean this Waddle at 9-1 is very interesting, honestly. Jets secondary, not good. Weather in New York, actually pretty beautiful. I know that there's love for the Jetson market, but the Fins on opening drive, I'm actually locking in this this Waddle. Pull it up on DK. I'll bet it MGM just because they have that second chance promo, which is fun. So if they score the second touchdown, you get your bonus bet back, or your stake back in bonus bets, I should say. But a wide receiver 1 at 9-1 is definitely interesting, especially when going back to the odds screen here. Circus at 7-1. So I like this. Betting some Waddle. Whenever this loads for me, but definitely betting some Waddle. First touchdown scorer. Jalen Waddle, 9-1. Okay. John Mechie, best price circa. Tyrod. 24-1 though. Okay. Check. Done with that game. Saints, we have 2 first touches in this one. I'll do a quick scroll through. A lot of it, we got 13-1, so we did get some value there. Juwan Johnson. This also moved, right? We got better than this, I think. Oh, actually went up the other way. It was actually 18-1 with 19-1. So not the end of the world there, but a little bit more value there at the end. Rashad White, FanDuel best price. Circa on Tez. Okay, Titans Browns. Now, obviously, the ugliest game on the freaking board. Very low total. Could be no touchdown scored at all, but Dylan Sampson 27-1 is actually kind of interesting. He's been getting still a lot of work in the running in the passing game. 20-1 at Circa. I might bet Sampson. Fadden, no good. Sampson from a pricing is actually the best that I'm seeing right now to bet on. He's done some good things. I'm betting Dylan Sampson. $27-1. Let's get these out of there. Yeah, I'm betting Sampson. We have a bunch of first tuds probably, or I don't need to bet anymore, honestly, because we already have a pretty locked and loaded here. But I actually like this from a pricing perspective and from just a situational perspective. Like he still plays enough. He has that run after the catch ability. Judkins is massive chalk, as we know. Um, I'm betting the Samson. Bet. All right. Finalize looking at these. Probably done realistically unless something really, really pops, which is obviously possible here. But all right, Browns game done. I'm gonna do is actually this. Don't want to go that high up. What am I doing? Okay. Jets game, we have Waddle. Buccaneers, we have Juwan Johnson, Olave done. Titans, Browns, we have Samson done. Colts, Jags. Circa's not even pricing anything with the weather, so we'll take that off as well. Commies, we have Terry. So good there. Steelers, Ravens, we can actually look at quickly. Calvin Austin at 30 to 1 is actually interesting. Darnell Washington at 22 to 1, also interesting. Nuke just got hit there at DK. DK Metcalf, a little bit interesting as well. I actually like this Darnell a lot. Big body boy, getting some love. Warren at 950, not good to Circa. Jonnu is actually Jonnu versus Darnell. What has that split really been like? Let's look at it. Just do week 13, then we'll go back. What is really the split been at tight end for Pittsburgh? We know they're not throwing the ball on the field. That's a widely known fact here. Snap percentage. I know Darnell does a lot of blocking stuff. Jonnu with 53% snaps. Let's go to routes run though. Darnell, Jonnu. So Darnell's really taken over the snaps run. That's just 1 week though. So let's get some more data. Let's go back to a couple of weeks here and see what it's really been like between Darnell and Jonnu. If it's been more split, then I'll go with the higher odds there, but not a must bet by any means. Let's do okay. We have 4 weeks. There should be 3 games with a bye. Some will do 1 more week. Oh, that's 4 games. Okay. Routes run. TK Jonnu, more routes run, but not by much. Not by much by any means. His opportunities are still low. More targets, though, as well. Fewer catches, but Darnell with that yak ability. And we'll go to base receiving. End zone targets. If they're throwing to the end zone these last couple of games, Jonnu's getting them. Freiermuth is still alive and around. So too much going on. You went with Jonnu? I don't blame you. I'm kind of leaning that way also, honestly, because 27 to 1 to 19 to 1. That is exactly what we're looking for. So I'm going to rip Jonnu also. Everyone wants to talk about Darnell. People forgot about Jonnu. Put him in the slip for now. I didn't lock it in just yet. So I want to look. Keaton Mitchell. So there's a 15 to 1. Are you kidding? What the hell? I don't like that at all. I know we have Mitchell anytime with EV. That to me seems nuts, though. I'm not going to lie. Keaton Mitchell scores the first touchdown, then I guess I'll take that back. I'm not betting two. I feel like I'm already like over betting some first tutties. So we are having some fun here. Bateman showing some love. I don't want any Bateman. I'm going with Jonnu as well. But I am going to bet the Keaton because how can I not? Yeah, I'm betting the Keaton. If those are the real pricing, I mean, what is like, is there news? Like, what is Circa pricing that off of? Keaton Mitchell, 15 to 1. I mean, 30 to 1 bet at MGM if you can, because second chance. But damn, I'm like really surprised at that number. Like really surprised. That Circa is so far off. All right, so Commanders Vikings, we have Terry, Bills Bengals. I have Kincaid, but I do want to look at Brown one more time. It's at 10 to 1 now. I'm betting that. Like, I'm sorry, I'm betting that. I know that P Ryan is like a vulture, but we're talking about like realistically, I can't speak realistically, the running back one at a 10 to 1 price. Now I know this is a high octane pass offense with Burrow back. P Ryan's not priced in that way he should be. Now I think if you want to slide in like a P Ryan touchdown, that we have some Chase Brown touchdown already, which is back to 135 Foster. It's interesting. That's where it's sitting, right? We were talking about the debates there. Like why is it like this? Well, instead of deciding between 130 and 140, they're just saying fuck it and put it at 135 on TK. But I'm betting that Brown. All right. So done for this game. And that's probably it, realistically, boys. We'll do another EV run because why would we not? Seahawks Falcons, like too much of a funnel here. I don't if I'd be really shocked if a Falcon comes and scores the first and like throws everything off here. I really do like this under. I know, of course, like Pitts at this price, like obviously they're capable of scoring, and the total is 44.5, but I'm off there. Now we're at to the 4 o'clocks. Already looked at these in all of them in depth, except for this game, but I mean this Quorum 18 to 1 I actually kind of like. Tay, obviously chalk. Then in the final game, Bears Packers, we looked at the odds in detail already. And then Texans Chiefs, who did I lock in? Who did I pass? No, I locked in Schultz, Dalton Schultz. Let's see if that still looks like a good one. 15 to 1, 2 off. Browns under on carries has been bet heavily, but he is a receiving threat. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And that's why I like him, because again, Buffalo, where they really do struggle with the is tackling. So I'm not really thinking like, oh, they're going to use Chase Brown like a traditional RB. They use him in the passing game. I mean, I did bet that 50.5 rush yards in the leg because that just seems low. 53.5 at Circa, 51.5 at Penny, 51.5 Bookmaker. So it is like the lowest in market, but it is getting hit to the under. I do see that for Chase Brown, but I think he's capable of scoring in the passing game. So that's to me isn't a major thing for that one lay. I mean, we're talking about a boosted lay. And also, boys, if you're watching on YouTube, if you hit that like button, it would really go a long way. It helps the channel grow like immensely. So can't understate that enough. So please hit that like button. We have a lot of amazing content coming on the way. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. But like button really does help, boys. So very much appreciate a click there. And we'll look at the EV one more time, but I think that we're good to go. I'm going to read through everything that we bet right after this EV run through because we could add to it, but we have a nice and loaded card for today. A lot of touchdown stuff because that's just how the board kind of has shaped out. Bills better lately with Shaq Thompson as third LB on the field. Yeah. Their D line is banged up to no end also, though. And their offensive line is banged up. I mean, the total is 54.5. RB1 at 10 to 1, better than Circa. That's just like music to my ears, honestly. Komet's still there. Brashard Smith's still there, but not seeing Lockett anymore. So maybe we did do well there. Ikine went back up. I'm not going to bet this. I'm kind of glad we kind of passed on that. If he scores, but I doubt it. Aaron Jones under. We have his under rushing receiving. I actually like this and might play this straight. And by might, I mean I'm loading this shit up right now. We're looking for a minus 109. Is that there? It is. I'm betting that. Quick last minute ad there. rushing props, rushing yards, Aaron Jones. I'm in. All right, add another nice prop to it, and that's under. Jordan Mason season. First time the Commies have played at 1 o'clock in God knows how long. Also haven't won a game since October 5th, so maybe a month break is what they needed to maybe get a dub, though I'm team tank at this point. I'll gladly take a top 7 pick. Start rebuilding that defense. Give me Caleb Downs. I also shot the IU last night. I don't know if you guys watched. I'm sure most of you did, but what a game. Shout out to Mendoza. I mean, I'm a Ohio State fan, but I'm not like diehard. Ryan Day kicking that field goal. That's got to go down as one of the worst decisions. 4th and 1. Devin Neal receiving yards. A quick pop also. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right, so we're adding some straight props from last minute. I don't get this fade of look at that. We got it was minus 110, boys. We snagged. I'm betting this Neal. He got a lot of garbage time love. He's a good capable out of the backfield. Come on, MGM. My other computer load. Shit is so damn slow. I'm betting this Neal. For as much as I can. Seeing 3.3% EV. Look at the prices at Kalshi, Novig, Penny, and Bookmaker. Players, receiving yards, OU. Come on. It's so slow, man. It's not on my computer. It's always this shit. Okay, Devin Neal. I'm not trying to add a bookmark. I'm trying to screenshot so I can track. Come on. All right, and on Neal. Also at Hard Rock, if you guys have Hard Rock, you can still bet there. A Barner under. All right, boys. This is still there, which is annoying me. But it still looks good, though, so I'm not, like, that annoyed. But that'll wrap it up, boys. So let me run through everything that we bet so far. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button and subscribe, and let me run through. We have a lot of touchdowns, a lot more fun stuff for today, but Devin Neal over 17.5 receiving yards. Aaron Jones under 49.5 rushing. Chase Brown, first touchdown. Jonnu Smith, first touchdown. Jalen Waddle, first touchdown. Dylan Sampson, first touchdown. FanDuel boost, Pollard anytime. Cook over receiving, Brown over rushing. DK boost, Collins over receiving, Pacheco under rushing receiving. Jones under rushing receiving, Mason anytime. Schultz, first touchdown. Steelers Ravens over 43. Kincaid, first touchdown. Terry, first touchdown. Caesar, touchdown lay. Pierce, McLaurin, Cook. Bond anytime. Bijan over 4.5 catches. DraftKings touchdown boost, Brown, Henry, Adams, Harvey. Olave, first touchdown. Ty Johnson, Tyler Lockett, Isaiah Williams, Emmanuel Wilson, anytime touchdown. Then pre-stream, I bet Kareem, Myers, Rodriguez, anytime lay. Cooks, anytime tutty. Rodriguez, anytime tutty. And then on Friday, so this is like, I bet those in the morning today, pre-stream. Friday bets, parlay of Cousins under rushing yards, Bateman under receiving yards, Tipton under receiving yards, Spears over catches, and I bet all of those straight. Then also an Ollie Gordon anytime. So that's the card. And lastly, I actually forgot about this. This is a dumb parlay, but I bet Seahawks, Falcons under 44.5, Texans plus 3.5, Chargers money line, and Commanders, Vikings under 44.5 plus 13.46. So everyone, shout out to you guys. Late money moving toward the Bills. I'm not surprised. I can't wait to watch that one. We'll be watching in 20 minutes, so that's going to be great. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you all. I'll be live again tomorrow night to break down Chargers, Eagles, find best bets, first tutties, and hopefully we're talking about another amazing, profitable Sunday like we've been cooking up the entirety of the season. Thank you, everybody, for the support. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you're on X. Hit that follow button. And also, if you want to try Pick the Odds, the software I've been using to find all these bets on YouTube, click the link in the description. Free trial on X, click the link under the tweet for a free trial. Best of luck with your bets today. Have a good one. See you boys tomorrow. Thank you, guys.